Good morning, children. Let us discuss about the political life lesson 4, understanding the laws. In previous class, we have learned about the rules and regulations provided by the Constitution. Our Constitution is given the fundamental rights and also that it was established for the people fundamental rights and fundamental duties also. So, what are the rules and regulations passed by the constitution, the president of our country, and even the least person, the poor person also equal before the law. So now present what we are following these rules and regulations. So children, in ancient India, so in previous before the independent, how is the situation of our country? How the people were treated in different manner. In ancient India, there were innumerable and often overlapping local laws also. So, even all the local people they follow their rules and regulations. How they used to follow the rules and regulations? Based on their caste system, based on their community system, they used to follow the rules and regulations. Different communities enjoyed different degree of the autonomy. So based on their caste system, the community system, the people enjoyed their life in the community. But in the administration part, in administration when they are administering the local only, it is the people were treated in different manner. Now let us see here one example they have given. What example they have given here? In some cases, the punishment that two persons received for the same crime varied depending on their caste background, with lower caste being more harshly penalized. So, how they here the rich person or the poor person, they both done the same crime only, same mistake they have done, but here the punishment is given more for the lower caste people only. The slowly this in treatment in different manner of the treatment, slowly it was changed. How when it was changed, the slowly began to change as this system of law began to further evolve during the colonial rule. The colonial ruling time, the some of the rules and regulations it was changed. How the rules and regulations it was changed? Now let us see. It is often believed it was British colonialists who introduced the rule of law in India also. The Britishers they have started to impose some of the rules and regulations in our country also. Historians have disputed this claim on several grounds, two of which include. So they have imposed, they started the more rules and regulations in our country to follow our people also. In that only here some two of examples they have given. The first one is colonial law was arbitrary, and second that Indian nationalists played a prominent role in development of the legal sphere in British India also. What are the rules and regulations imposed by the Britishers? The national leaders, they have some, they did not wanted to follow the rules of the Britishers. And also that one example, if the Indian people are not following rules and regulations, the Britishers started to give the punishment. How they started to give the punishment? So in our country, the one example, the arbitrariness that continued to exist as part of British law is the Sedition Act of 1870. The idea of sedition was very broadly understood within this act. Any person protesting or criticizing the British government could be arrested without due trial also. So children, here what we have to understand, the Britishers passed the rules rules and regulations, some of the laws. In that Sedition Act was very, very important also. Why it is important? Because if the Indian people, they are criticizing the British rule is not good, if they are scolding or criticizing the British rule, without the FIR, the police started to arrest the Indian people also. The Sedition Act, without the trial, without due trial, without the FIR, without filing any case also, the police is having the right to arrest the person. That is the British rule and the importance of this Sedition Act also. So all these rules, the Indian nationalists began protesting and criticizing this arbitrary use of the authority by the Britishers. The national leaders started to be started the uh, they have started satyagraha movement and all the movement they have started. Some they did not follow the rules and regulations, some they started to criticize the rule of the British, and the Britishers started to give punishment for the Indians. So all this slowly it was began. They also began fighting for the great equality and wanted to change the idea of the rules and regulations. The national leaders, they have done the more work for the independence of our country. The rule of law, rules and any forced by obey to law, including idea of justice. By the end of the 19th century, the Indian legal profession also began emerging the demand respect in the colonial court also. So because of the national leaders, who are the national leaders? You know, one of the Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, B.R. Ambedkar. So many people are there. So these people, they started to strike, rallies, boycott. Boycott means they are not buying the British goods, and all these the Indian people they have done, and they started to fight for the rights. Everyone should get the equal rights, and everyone should get the equal justice before the law also. So Indian judges also began to play a greater role in making of the decisions. Even the Indian people, the educated people started to make the rules and regulations. There therefore several ways in which Indian played major role in the evolution of the rule of law during the colonial period also. The people, they played very, very important role and started to be changed the some of the rules and regulations during the colonial period. So let us continue the more information in tomorrow's class. Thank you.